Hey YouTube, Al here, and this week we're going to be looking at the Moon octave pedal. So this is another very inexpensive octave pedal. It's called the Octaver. Yeah, I've had an octave pedal very recently that was quite similar to this. It was another little mini pedal. That was the Rowan Octopus. There's no O in that, it's Octopus, and that was crap, to be honest. It was rubbish. There was slight lag before the octaves kicked in, so you heard the normal note and then sort of kicked in over the top. I think it only had an octave up and an octave down on it. This has got an octave up, an octave down, and an octave downer. So, and normal as a volume for that. So there's quite a lot of blending options. Now, really, there's not a lot I can really do to review an octave pedal. It's really a case of, do I get that horrible lag that frankly makes it unusable live? Definitely in the studio it will be unusable. But do I get the lag? Because if not, crackanori, well happy. If I do, I can't use it. It's just going to sound mushy and horrible. And secondly, does it have that weird noise gate thing that the Rowan had, where it just sort of coughs? And thirdly, I'd be interested to learn if I can use the normal knob there at the top. If I could just turn that up to 10, I wonder if I can use it as a boost pedal. Just curious. And then of course I'm just going to smack some fuzz on it, because octave plus fun equals fun. So enough of my yakking. It's 9V DC, little mini pedal. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's plug it in. Okay, so the guitar I'm using is my 2003 Korean Epiphone Les Paul. It's had a few mods, you can go check that out on my channel. New pickups, new hardware, all that lovely stuff. Amp I'm using is my custom double barrel. It's a 2x12 solid state, kind of Fendery, blackfacey kind of thing. So, I'm going to be doing, pardon me, I'm going to tune first. I'm going to start off with no reverb, no delay, nothing like that, completely dry, because you just want to see how the pedal reacts, and if you get that really horrible slight lag or sort of lack of sureness when you kick the pedal on. But first I'm going to tune, so give me a second. Right, so one thing I also want to check is, does this do chords or just single notes? So is it polyphonic, lots of different notes, or monophonic, just one? So if I hit a whole chord, will it do the whole chord? Will it voice the whole chord, or will it just go, you know, or whatever it's going to sound like? You get the idea. So let's going to start off with something simple. At the moment I've got everything down except for the normal volume, so they should sound the same. Unless it works as a boost. So I've got the more normal volume on 10. So something, you can hear it adds a tiny bit of, I don't know if it nips off some high end or something, but it seems to make it a little bit warmer. It makes pretty much no difference, but there you go. It doesn't work as a boost pedal. That's one question down. I did wonder. So next I'm going to check out the octave up. So I'm going to turn the volumes straight at 12 o'clock. I'm not really bothered about the volume of each one. I'm sure they're fine. You're just going to mix and match how you like. Oh, hello. Jesus Christ. This is with the octave up, which is the big knob. That's both at 12 o'clock, normal and octave up. Feels like a fuzz. The E string's a lot louder than the A. match the volumes. Octave off. Feels like a boost, almost like a fuzz. It's very, well, fuzzy. It's very rounded, kind of a spongy, bouncy sort of gain it's giving me. It's really weird. Not bad. Okay, it's pretty bad. Can you hear it sort of judder in and out? It doesn't quite know what it's trying to do. Hard to get the volume right out of it. It goes really quiet really quick, except for the low E where it's really loud. And the A, it's quieter. It's off. Octave up. I'm going to turn that down, and the one on the left is the one that says 10 octave down. Don't know what 10 octave down means, but 10 octave down is what we're on, so it's the tune when I bought it. Right, so let's see what this next octave does. It should be an octave lower, I think. Sounds like the rumbling of the ocean. Christ. What's that when it hit a low E? It sort of warbles. This is with all the octaves. So the only octave I've got turned up is one at a time, right? Is the one on the left, which is the octave down. Everything else is turned off. As in, I should only be getting the normal signal on the octave down. Why, I don't know what's warbling. I mean, if there's more than one octave and it was getting confused, it would make sense, but I don't know what's going on. Seems right at the moment. What? Not doing it anymore. Oh, there it is. To be fair, it doesn't feel like it's lagging. to point out I'm not touching anything, it's just warbling. God knows why, it just is. It's getting confused. What the hell was that? It feels a bit like a breeze, then it clamps down on it. It's really feels like it feels like a massive breeze because there's so much ridiculous bass end, but then it just sort of just stops. It's like closing a door. It's really weird. It's like a door being slammed shut in the wind. That's what it's like. Very suddenly stops. So it's not polyphonic. Jesus Christ. It's bloody awful. Right, I'll turn that down because that's getting us nowhere. And the other one, the other side, is, I believe it's called 20 octave down or something. It's really hard to see. Yeah, it's called 20 octave down. It's really hard to see what the controls are called because of the brown on the front of the panel, which is really annoying. And the font is in black, so come on. Give it your font in white or just change the colours around or... Come on, meet us halfway. Let's turn it off again. Have to admit, I'm not feeling any lag when I hit the note. That is something. Oh God. Gonna get sued. Still warbling. No, it's inconsistent. What the hell's that? I can feel a big whoop and then it goes. I don't know if it comes through on the camera. It feels like you're blowing a fuse, just a big boom. You know, I feel a bit unfair on this, so I'm going to go to single coils. Just give it a chance. It's just giving me nothing. It doesn't know what to do. It's just a rumble in the background. You can't even hear the guitar. That's ridiculous. I'm going to put everything about... No, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go back to the octave up. Just because I want to try the octave up with the coil split. I can do coil split in the neck as well. I'm just using the bridge note. Have the normal a bit higher than the octave up. Just want to see if it can do the Hendrix thing. That's all I want out of an octave pedal. A nice octave, up or down, preferably up. That just, when you hit a note, the octave comes in at the same time and it doesn't fuck up. bit of drive. Actually, I've got an idea. So I'm going to use the Bad Monkey because that's tube screamer type, and that's going to show some of the low end. Right, octave on top, so is on because sod it. So the octave doesn't always last as long as the normal note lasts, so there's some sort of gate in there that only lets it kick in at a certain point. No. It's set too high. If you're constantly picking, then it will come through, but if you try and let it sustain, it just won't. It will just die off like a fuzz pedal. There you go. You can... Just the octave on the left, 10 octave down. 10 octave is up, everything else is down, sorry. Well, the normal's up. Woo! Doing all that stuff. It feels like it gets quieter when I plug the pedal in, to turn it on. That's just one octave, you shouldn't be getting so confused. One note. That's not a chord, that's one open E. I'll be honest, I think I can't do much more with this. Do you know what, for a giggle, I'm going to turn the normal down, the octave up is off. I'm going to leave the octave on the left up about 12 o'clock. I just want to see if I can make it sound reasonably like a bass. Let's go to the neck pickup, still tapped, chord tapped. On now. Oh yeah. Humbucker again. Octave off. Work. I'm just going to give it a go. No, I've had enough of this. So there you go, that's a look at the Moon, written somewhere. I don't know where it's bloody called. The Octaver, whatever it is. Don't buy one. I'll be honest. Just don't buy one. There's lag before the note comes in. It's a bit tentative about coming in. There's some sort of weird gate in here. It makes it come on when you hit the string like so hard, but when the note starts to die, the normal note will continue going through the pedal, but any of the octaves will just nosedive straight away. You can't really use it to double up to make it sound like a bass because it can't decide what note it's trying to do. Even with single notes, it's not polyphonic. I figured, I mean, I bought this second hand for like a tenner or something. So I wasn't expecting an amazing octave pedal. But I was hoping against hope that it wouldn't be crap. I kind of figured it would be. So at least I'm not disappointed. I kind of expected this. But yeah, I would call this pedal unusable, to be perfectly frank. I wouldn't say you could use it in a studio even, because it's just unpredictable what it's going to do at the time. That's the problem. The note comes in seemingly when it feels like it wants to, and it will change the octave that it's trying to do. Even when you've got, so I just had the octave up, say, and I turned the other ones down, it will still not really want to come through in the higher octaves. And on the lower octaves, so I was using the one on the left, that's the 10, that was the second one I did, that's the third one, the uber deep one I did. The lower octaves, it really doesn't want to decide what frequency it's trying to do. I don't know if that's to do with the transients in the guitar signal or whatever. I put my octave basically first, by the way. I had my TC Polytune Mini, then I had the octave, and then I had my drives or fuzzes or whatever after that. So it's getting the cleanest, clearest signal it could. I tried to give it a fair chance. I didn't want to give it a compressed signal or a signal with fuzz on it because, let's be honest, it's going to go mad. And it's like, yeah, fair enough. So I thought I'd give it a fair whack. No. You try and blend the octaves with this. I thought that'd be great. You can have lots of singing octaves of lots of different octaves, lower and higher, and you know, put maybe a bit of spring reverb or delay on that, get these big ambient sounds, and it just sounds shit. The octaves are so flubby. You can barely feel that they're there, to be honest, and they're cut out whenever they want to. It's more of a feeling with the octaves than a note. You can't really hear it. It's so deep, but it just dies on its arse. You can't really hit a note on even on the G string where, you know, a guitar wants to sing, it wants to. You can't add a bit of gain, just go wah and let it sing. It just doesn't want to. No, it just dies on its arse. Live, no, I don't think you get away with this live because it makes everything sound so mushy. That's the problem. Everything turns into a huge, indecisive pile of flickering madness, and not in a good way. I can't see a use for this because it seems so unpredictable. It doesn't do the same thing twice. You even hit an open note and nothing else. You literally just hit an open E and it'll go. It doesn't know what it's doing. Don't buy one of these. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not paid for these. I bought this second hand, and it's crap. So yeah. Sorry, a bit of a negative review this week. I try and pick stuff that I reckon will be good, or at least stuff I can take a punt on. So mostly it's turned out alright, to be fair. But no, this is botty water. So there you have it. Whatever it's called, Octaver. I thought it was a Moon, Oct-1. I don't know what it's called. It's called Octaver. It's got Oct-1 on there. Yeah, I think it's a Moon. I don't really know what brand it is, but yeah, it's a cheap octave pedal, and it sucks. So, thank you very much for watching. My name's been Al. Leave any questions down in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I try and do one video a week. Lots of pedal reviews, gear fixes, mods, that sort of stuff. Experimentations, comparisons. So, yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you next week. So until then, ta-ra. Bye.
Bye!